Hey guys, how's it going? It is Travis Mortz with the Forest Hill Film Lab, and today I am telling you about a big trip I'm going on tomorrow. So every year I go out to Camp Woodward West, which is it's basically like an action sports training camp, but in the summertime they open it up to kids and stuff, and there's like just skate parks everywhere. There's like a foam pit, a big half pipe. There's actually two big half pipes. A full gymnastics gym with like Olympic gymnastics that go and teach the kids, and for the action sports, the top name pros go out there. In the past, I've photographed like Travis Pastrana and Tony Hawk, Chris Cole, along with a ton of big name BMXers. So this is actually a really exciting time for me because every summer that I get to go out to Woodward, I also get to share my passion for film photography with these kids. So basically, like, I think I started going out to Woodward in 2014, and when I first went out there, I was shooting digital, and it was the digital media lab, and basically I went out there and I kind of talked to the kids about shooting photos, and mostly I shot a lot of photos myself. I was kind of like working on my own to shoot a bunch. But then after that, I kind of really enjoyed the atmosphere of teaching the kids at camp about photography and stuff. So the next summer, I started coming back. I brought my film developing equipment. And because of this made us the only Woodward camp in the world that develops film on site. There's a Woodward back in Pennsylvania, which is like a huge camp, and like the digital media kids get red cameras and like huge studio to shoot in, and they have all the top of the line equipment. And down here at Woodward West, we don't have any rental cameras or anything. So when I go to camp, I bring like 15 film cameras with me. We get a bulk load roll of HP5. I bring all of my chemicals, and I teach these kids how to shoot film. And in the past, I've taught. There's like a 12-year-old kid. He was a BMX kid, and he hurt his wrist his first day at camp. This happens often. And when he hurt his wrist, he got put into the digital media program because there was like nothing else for him to do. And the guy running the show, gave him a GoPro. And he comes into my classroom with a GoPro and no desire to even film. He wanted to be riding his bike. So I kind of introduced this kid to film photography. And by the end of the week, he was shooting film. He was reading the light and guessing his exposure. He was learning how to develop. And he was a 12-year-old kid that had no previous knowledge of film photography at all. And every summer, I have these kids that learn. And I don't know, it's just such an awesome experience. I truly think that the future of film is in our youth. So I take this opportunity with open arms, and I embrace the fact that I have the ability to teach these kids when they're really, really young about film photography, and help them fall in love with it before they realize it, because it's hard to get into film photography if you don't know what you're doing. So I think last year there was a 12-year-old girl who brought her digital camera just the same, and I taught her how to shoot film. She ended up going home. Her dad had a Nikon F3 from the 80s with tons of lenses. He gave it to her. He bought her all of the equipment to develop her own film, and she's developing her own film at home now. I've been seeing her photos on Instagram. And then this summer, she's coming back to camp the week that I'm going to be there, just so she can learn more about film photography. And since I started doing this film at camp, I've got just handfuls of stories like this that inspire me to keep doing it. And so at the end of the week, there's a photo show. And these kids that go to camp just to shoot photos get to choose what photos they print for the photo show. Each kid gets to choose 5, and then I'll pick 3 out of the 5. And every single time that I've brought film to camp and had these kids shoot film, 4 out of 5 of their pictures end up being their film photos. So it shows me that these kids really do appreciate the process. They really do value the photo and the fact that it is different. To them, they realize that it's not just a JPEG at the end of the day. This film photograph took more work, it's actually tangible. They look at it up against the sunlight. So to see a print of it is just fascinating for them. And it's fascinating for me to show them, to teach these kids how to develop film. Since I've gone to camp, there's been well over 5 or 6 kids that have bought their own chemicals. I've sold cameras at camp. I've given cameras away at the end of camp. The kid with the hurt wrist, I let him go home with a camera. He took home a Pentax MX. And so basically I just wanted to share this with you guys because this next week I'm not going to be home. So for anybody who has sent in film orders, it might take a little bit longer, but I'm going to work on them over the weekend when I get back and get them back to you guys as soon as possible. And I do really appreciate your guys' support on that. I've been getting tons of film orders in, and it's just so awesome to see photos from all over the world and to, above all, see that people are actually listening to my channel and you guys are, you know, responsive to the things I'm doing, and that's really awesome. So basically I just wanted to share with you guys that I'm going to Camp Woodward. This is, you know, one of my favorite times of year. I look forward to it every single summer. This time I'm going to be bringing 2 friends with me, one of which is Dave Rollins. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with Dave Rollins, his name is Cinedar on Instagram, Cinedar. This guy is a fucking badass. He shoots nothing but film like me. I mean, he does have a digital camera, but he does that for work. But his personal stuff is nothing but film. He's an expert with lighting, like strobe lighting and stuff. So he does a lot of experimenting with that. And he's a lot like me in that he's always trying something new. He's always pushing the envelope and doing something different. He's not just you know, shooting a K1000 all day. He's trying to put instant film into his Mamiya back. Well, he does it. It's amazing. He puts a little Instax Mini cartridge into his Mamiya RB67. He shoots it, and then he runs it through a mini camera to process it, and the photos he gets from this thing are absolutely excellent. So anyways, check out Dave Rollins. I'm going to be bringing him to camp with me this time because he's a great asset, and I really want him to teach these kids a lot of the stuff that I don't know about video and about lighting and things like that he's really an expert at. And then I'm also bringing my buddy Anthony who rides with me, so he's going to have a good time. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to camp. I'm going to do my best. I'm really going to try to make a video while I'm at camp because I think you guys would enjoy that. You guys are probably tired of just seeing me in my darkroom all the damn time. I really do go out and take pictures, so maybe with Dave's help, maybe I can make that happen. I was really just going to ask you guys what you thought about it, if you'd be interested in maybe a video of, you know, shooting in the field, doing some hands-on stuff. I think I'm going to try to do that because I got this damn digital camera for this purpose, so I might as well utilize it when I'm at camp. Anyways, that's pretty much all I wanted to tell you guys, that this week the Forest Hill Film Lab is going to be temporarily out of service. I'm going to be at Camp Woodward teaching kids about film photography. And I encourage you guys to take this week. If you see a kid that wants to learn, teach a kid about film photography. It's a great feeling. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I got some packing up to do. I'm bringing my whole Jobo with me, and this week we're going to be developing color at camp for the first time ever. So I got a lot of work to do, but until next time, you guys, thanks for watching and keep on shooting.